Thanks for joining us today on our webcast, our weekly webcast. Today we're going to talk about Franco-Nevada and why we purchased it. So, is it a golden opportunity? I'd like to think so.
I would as well. We at the beginning of the year, we sold one royalty company and we bought another. Totally different businesses though. One was a fast food chain, and Franco was the one we picked up, and we bought it for two reasons.
Yeah. Well, the rate cutting cycle started. And because Franco-Nevada owns, I guess, 63% of its revenue comes from gold.
Yeah,
So when the rate cut starts,
it's good for gold
the
prices.
commodities go up.
Yeah, we looked at the historical reaction to rate cuts, and there's a chart in the blog that shows every time the US Federal Reserve cuts rates, gold prices 4 months later are higher. Now, the
Right.
numbers in that chart are the equity prices. Okay, so these are for gold stocks. And very convincing evidence. We looked at the last four times rates were cut, and in all four of the cases, gold equities were up 4 months later. And in three of the four examples, those gold
Hmm.
stocks outperformed the overall market.
Right.
So heading
Yeah.
into the year, we knew they were going to be cutting rates. So we said, okay, let's definitely add a gold stock. And the
Hmm.
question was, which one do we buy?
Right. And the price, I guess, when we looked at it back then was about 150
Yeah,
stock price.
it
And
had
it's
just,
trading,
go ahead.
no, I'm just going to say it's trading around 167, 168 today.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty good gain so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah, we
Hmm.
bought it at 149.68 for clients that were included in the block purchase. And yeah, so far so good.
Yeah.
13% is not bad. The reason we bought Franco-Nevada was because it had dropped quite a lot.
Yeah. And that was due to I guess there was a geopolitical event down in Panama
Yeah. Yeah,
that, yeah.
there were big protests last year to shut down the Cobre Panama mine. That mine is owned by First Quantum Minerals, and Franco-Nevada has a royalty on that property, and it's their
Hmm.
largest royalty.
Hmm.
So they shut down the mine, but the stock sell-off in Franco-Nevada was, in my view, an overreaction. The Cobre Panama represented about 15% of the net asset value of Franco-Nevada. Yet the stock price fell 25% when they closed the mine. So
Hmm.
I thought that was excessive. So
Yeah.
that's why we bought it. We think that they're going to reopen this mine. It's too important to Panama to keep it shut down. That Cobre Panama mine is responsible for 7,000 jobs,
Hmm.
5% of that country's gross domestic product, and they're going to grow this year about 2.5%, but it would have been 5% if the mine were open.
Right.
They just elected a new president, and
Yeah. So the new government stepped in early July
yeah,
this month. So we should hopefully foresee a reopening of the mine.
yeah, he just ordered that there be a environmental audit to see if the mine can safely reopen. And he's considered a business friendly
Hmm.
policymaker. So I think they'll open the mine because it's too important to their economy. Probably won't be this year. It might be in 2025, but um, I think the stock price goes above 200 once we get that announcement, and we're getting a rate cut in the States probably in September.
September. Yeah.
So for those two reasons, that's why we bought it. We like gold here because a rate cutting cycle is about to begin, and gold stocks do well when rates go
Rates fall.
down. And
Hmm.
second, this is a contrarian stock, and we think the mine in Panama will get reopened. So
Right.
I'm
And
excited
we should
about.
mention too that Franco-Nevada draws revenue from like different sections, different commodities. So 63% is represented by gold. And then it goes down into 10% silver, 11% oil, and 3% platinum.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and they have a lot of properties.
you're right.
Cobre
Right.
Panama is their biggest, but we mentioned it in the blog. I
Like
think,
453 properties, 115 producers.
yeah.
Yeah, quite a
So
few.
they've got a lot of properties, but this one's very important. They wrote off the whole amount of this mine in their Q4 statements, which is very conservative. And so, I mean, there's only
Hmm.
upside if there's a resolution.
Right.
So
Okay.
anyway, so we're happy with the performance so far. As you mentioned, they're up 13% in the last 6 months, but I
Hmm.
think there's a lot more upside uh, later in the year.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks,
Okay.
Jeff.
Thanks.
Talk to you soon.